to a tip-top snack bar!
Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new Swis and Jon Show. I'm Swis, and I am here with my friend John. How are you, John?
Hello, Swis. Thanks. I'm doing good. I was working on my marriage for the entire week, but other than that, I'm doing pretty well. I see your camera is not working still.
Sorry?
I can see your camera is still not working.
Nope, still not working. And the microphone either. I don't know why.
Do we have to make a fundraiser?
Maybe. But I am not doing the show to beg for money. I don't know why the StreamYard is acting a little weird. It was refusing to go live, something to do with the, I think the, what's it called? The storage is full, something like this.
Oh,
but
okay.
never mind.
So Watches 63 says he's convinced that you had a hair accident.
A hair accident?
Oof. Yes, that's why you don't show up.
Oof. No, my hair is fine. Don't worry about that. So let's dive right into today's topic, Jonathan. What do you say?
Yeah, you wanted to show what almost destroyed my marriage.
Oh, yes. So if we go back to our last show, which is right here, we were talking about the new Doxa divers. And basically Jonathan revealed on air to his to Mrs. Higgins that he bought a new watch. And you can see her reaction right here.
Yeah, she was not happy. She was not happy. So yes, no, I didn't buy a second Doxa, but I doxed myself for having ordered a Doxa live on air. For some reason, I assumed that Mrs. Higgins knew it, but apparently she hasn't. So I was a little bit under fire after the show.
Yeah. You know, Jonathan always says, "Oh, I'm broke. And then 2 days later, he's like, "Hey, I bought a new watch."
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, that's true. And a little update on the Doxa. It was supposed to be shipped out on last Tuesday. Hasn't arrived Wednesday. Hasn't arrived Thursday. Hasn't arrived Friday. So I called the jeweler on Friday, and she told me, "Let me check our records when we shipped it out." And she said, "Oh, damn, it's still here." So it's still with the AD. Everything goes here with armed courier. So she ordered this morning the armed courier, and it should be there on Wednesday. On Wednesday morning, because Monday morning is national holiday, so nobody's working. So it will be picked up Tuesday and should arrive Wednesday.
Well, that's interesting.
So maybe next next show we will.
It'll be there, not unlike your other watches.
Yeah, Watches 63. I must say, I thought that we were in the same team. Now you're playing against me. So That doesn't make me too happy.
Yeah, don't
Thanks
give
for the
bad
recommendation.
ideas.
Yeah.
So we have a couple other topics. Shall we talk about the new Grand Seiko?
Yes.
Would that be an interesting topic? Let's go, guys.
Yes.
A new
I
Grand.
made a clickbait title. Not sure
Yeah.
if you realize that.
Yeah, I saw it last second. And I'll give you my answer at the end of this topic. A new Grand Seiko 36.5 millimeters heritage models in the 44 Grand Seiko case design. And they are not limited. So first of all, perfect size. Beautiful case and beautiful dial. This is a beautiful watch. And no date. So yes, look at that. This is a beautiful watch. I think this is really, really, really nice. So
did you order
it is part of the Heritage Collection, the 55th anniversary. No, wait, that was earlier this year.
That was earlier, yes.
Yeah, earlier this year they had the 55th anniversary limited edition with a pink
With a
dial.
pink dial.
Yeah. And so these are essentially the same, but the non-limited version. Is that true?
Yes.
Oh, and you have, oh, is that a chocolate dial?
Yes, that is a chocolate sun ray dial. Unfortunately, those pictures are a little bit touched up, I would say, and I'd really love to see this watch in real life. The chocolate brown dial with a chocolate brown leather strap. I'm very sure that it will be absolutely stunning.
And if you put orange, bright orange strap, would you call this the Ragusa?
I would never do that. As much as I like Ragusa, but I would never do that. So
Yes.
can you see the very thin pattern on the hour markers when you see it at 2? They even make little grooves into that those hour markers, and that brings those hour markers to a very very interesting effect, because it bends the light into rainbow colors.
Oh,
So
okay.
those
Yeah.
hour markers are shining a little bit in rainbow colors.
Interesting. That is interesting. Beautiful.
So
and they didn't want to try to replicate that for the dial. That would be interesting. I never saw any watch try to do that.
You mean a rainbow effect on the dial?
Yeah, on the dial,
Maybe,
like
maybe you should,
like a laser disc surface.
Yeah, maybe you should try to get a job at Seiko, Grand Seiko design department or product development. So just to give the viewers a little bit of background, it is not unusual that Grand Seiko is making those classic watches in 37 millimeters. That here is the traditional SBG 231G, which is also absolutely gorgeous, 37 millimeters diameter, same movement, manual three-hander. This is part of the standard collection. With a little bit of eggshell cream colored dial. So the watch exists already. It has a relatively normal or traditional, conventional case design. So what is new now with a new Grand Seiko, and please, yeah, let's put that up again. The new Grand Seiko is using a different case. This case is called the 44GS, and it has stronger lux. It has more facets, and that is the basis of Seiko's philosophy or rule book of design. I think they call it rule book of design. So they defined their designs language, and this particular case is very famous for it.
Mm. Was it last year? I think they released a couple of watches in 34 millimeters. Do you remember those? And like a pastel green and sky blue.
Yes, I remember. Were they for 34?
Yeah, did they have the same case shape, or was it a different case?
I'm not
Because
sure. So
when I think of it, they were very similar.
I think they were 37, but I may be wrong.
I don't know
So-
why I have 34 in my head.
We will check this and
we
give you an
can check
update
that.
on the
Check
next
that later.
on the next Swis and Jon show.
Yeah.
What I really find interesting is first of all that Seiko is or Grand Seiko is expanding their 36, 37 millimeter range.
Yeah.
So to me, it tells that they see a trend into smaller watch cases, and I find that very interesting and remarkable. And I totally adore the watch with a brown dial.
Yeah, the chocolate dial.
Yes, it's absolutely gorgeous in my opinion. So the watch is 5,200 euros.
Yeah.
Just
this
in
is the
case.
movement, the caliber 9S64. With
well proven manual.
72 hours of power reserve, hand wound, and very nice finishing.
Yes.
Very nice. Dude, this looks tiny. Look at the size
Yeah,
of the...
I think it is. It is 28.4, which is not really tiny. There are smaller movements. Yeah.
Oh, what is that?
That is hand engraved platinum.
Ever saw that watch before?
Yeah.
Oh, I never saw that one.
But
Grand
that
Seiko
is expensive.
SPGW. Yeah, it seems being hand engraved. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
let's go back to that one. This one.
Mhm.
So yeah, it is $5,000, which is really nice. Maybe a tiny bit. I would expect it to be on the metal bracelet too.
The limited edition was on a metal bracelet. If you
Oh,
go
it
on the
was?
top of the
Yeah, wait.
article, there is a link to that limited watch, and that came on metal. My opinion, with a metal bracelet, it looks a little bit smaller, even though it's the same size.
Let me find it. Oh yeah. So it has the same case?
Yes. Slightly pink dial. The Japanese or the Grand Seiko marketing says it shows the moment when the snow is still there and the first pink of the cherry blossom is coming up. Very
they have
poetic.
a poetic explanation for everything.
Yes.
But it doesn't have the tiny grooves on the markers.
Oh, that could be. Let's zoom in if that's accurate. Because Grand Seiko usually does this.
I don't think so. Or maybe it's not as pronounced.
I think it still has it, because I had that cherry blossom spring drive, and it had the same surface on the arrow markers. So I would be surprised if they left it out.
I mean, look at this one. This one, it seems perfectly smooth. But I have to say, I very much prefer this one with a metal bracelet. This looks absolutely beautiful.
You know, I like to watch has some sour feelings, because last week we were mocking his poo-poo brown dial, and now we are raving about the chocolate brown dial.
It is a poo-poo brown dial. I mean, look at it. I
Oh,
would
this is chocolate brown. The other one was
I would
poo-poo
very
brown.
much prefer get the silver one.
Seriously? Come on,
Yes.
Swiss.
Yes.
Oh, guys, I need another co-host. How can you how can you prefer that over that gorgeous brown one?
It's a poopy brown with a poopy brown strap.
That is chocolate.
Well, then you might have the sweet tooth. I don't for that one. I prefer the even better. Yeah, this one is even better to me.
Yeah, that is quite interesting. I'm not sure
And
if it's
that one
already sold
was
out.
limited, huh?
Yeah.
Eh.
So Danger Will Robinson asks, a Saxonia thin or either of the Grand Seikos. Define either of the Grand Seikos. Does that include micro artist studios or not? Danger,
Either
please.
way, I take the Saxonia thin.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah,
Oh, and
here.
ooh.
Here, I like to watch says, I've never done a poop beautiful as Grand Seiko dial. He has a point. Keep on trying, I would say.
Ooh, and this one came with a quartz 9F.
Yeah, that is 44 GS as well. Same case
Ooh,
design.
they proudly display the quartz movement. Now that is a bold move.
Yeah, I like it because I've said it this week on another show. There is a Hodinky article titled "Sexy Robot," and Jack Foster did write an article about the Grand Seiko quartz movement, and it's absolutely fascinating to read.
Yeah, well.
And Jack Foster is a mechanical watch guy, so.
Yeah. Okay, so coming back to this watch, yeah, honestly, I really like it. As I said, I like the fact that it's manual. Was this one also with the manual
Yes.
movement?
Yes.
Yeah. I prefer that one, I have to say.
You know, the question to me is, now Grand Seiko is doing the 44 GS case in 36.5 millimeters. I think the standard ones are like 40 or 41. So the big question is, will they do something in 38 or 39?
38 would be nice. A good compromise for most people.
Yeah, I agree.
What's the thickness of that watch? I didn't see.
Oh, it's less than 11 millimeters. No, it's 11.6 millimeters. No, that is the SBG 231. So it's around 11 millimeters, I would say.
11. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's manual.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's fine. It's good. Yeah, I like it, and I think the price is nice. The price is nice. 5,200. It's a good price.
Yeah,
19 millimeter lug width.
Too bad that you don't have a Grand Seiko boutique in Geneva.
Yeah, in Switzerland. There isn't any Grand Seiko boutique in Switzerland.
You know, I wonder how long time that takes until they change it.
Yeah, look, Mr. Copper Blue is correct. Saxonia thin all day. Yeah. And Danger is saying no one poo-poo browns like Higgins, the poo-poo brown model. I think he likes the
it's good to be among friends.
the
I must
poo-poo
say.
brown analogy.
Yeah.
But it is a beautiful watch. I mean, having it like brown on brown like this, I think it's a bit too.
Yeah, but what is the alternative? Black strap? Now we're having
black
that
with
stupid
the silver dial. It's beautiful. Look at that. Much better.
I would rather have that brown strap on this watch, in my opinion.
I feel like I should wear a suit and leather shoes with that, whereas the other one is much more, casual.
Yeah, but then it just looks like you're stupid, Vacherons. So you should try to get something else.
Like a Doxa.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say
why
no
not?
to a Doxa. Maybe a Doxa.
Yeah, actually, the more I think of it and the more I talk about it,
Beautiful
the
Doxa.
more I like the Doxa.
Yeah. No, I should get that one. What was the price on that one? Was it
I think
also
similar,
5?
5.6 or
Ooh.
something. Yes. So there was a question, Saxonia ultra thin, and there was the question, how much is the Saxonia in white gold? It is 21,000 euros. But I disagree.
I remember when it was 15.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Those times are gone. So that is a 37 millimeters. Actually, you could score them for around 10,000 on the secondary market, but those times are over.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Well, yeah. Now you're talking about the copper blue dial,
Oh, but look,
which is a
just
total
like
different league.
this one.
Yes.
Like those. Those are
Yeah.
so beautiful.
Yeah, but sorry, Swiss. Now take the Credo Aichi with a blue dial. Compare this with a Saxonia. I admit the Credo is slightly more expensive, but he said any Grand Seiko. So he said any Grand Seiko. So those are the rules.
Yeah, but okay. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would take some time to to think about it.
I love the Lange, but Saxonia thing versus a Credo Aichi in blue, that would be something.
Yeah. Okay. We talked about Grand Seiko. Was it anything else we wanted to talk about?
Yeah, the question is still open now. Are you going to order this watch or not? Because that was the title of the show.
To be honest, I'm not gonna order that one. However, I'm gonna think about that one.
Mm-hmm.
Is it, do we have a reference of the price secondhand for that one?
It is limited. I would doubt that you can get it cheaper secondhand, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I'm not talking cheaper, but I mean, I don't want to pay 10,000 more. SBGW 289.
Maybe you're quick and try to get this limited edition. I'm not sure if it's already totally sold out.
I don't know. I will have a look. Have a look.
That would be breaking news that a guy named Swiss is buying a Grand Seiko.
I mean, it's a good watch. I mean,
Yeah.
I like watches. I don't care if it's Swiss or French or
Mr.
from
Copperblue,
Tuvalu.
you're rubbing it under our nose. I think the chances that you still can order a Copper Blue is almost zero. Last time I've heard, it is almost impossible to get those gold flux dials anymore. No Lange one.
So
not the
this one
Saxonia.
would be the copper blue.
Mhm.
The
Yes, and he got his one just recently. He waited a little bit, and he got his one, and he's totally over the moon. That's why he calls himself Mr. Copper Blue. Amazing watch.
so the dial isn't aventurine. It's made
Yes,
of copper.
yeah.
It is.
The base is copper.
Okay.
That is how Lange is doing it.
Interesting.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it is. But this being said, I have seen the new prototypes from Audemars Piguet's in-house aventurine.
Ooh,
It's gonna it's gonna blow everything out of the park.
is it better than the Aventurine, which is on the
It's
perpetual
better
calendar?
than anything I saw before, man.
Okay.
By far.
Are they
Really
doing it
by
in
far.
house or do they have
Yeah.
a supplier?
No, they do it in-house.
Wow. Okay.
And I'm still waiting for them to unveil the Aventurine Royal Oak. I wonder when they will bring it out.
Yes, when are we seeing the first pictures of this particular dial?
Maybe we can talk after show.
Okay. So I like to watch. Is thinking about changing his username to Mr. Poo Poo Brown. Be my guest. We will not ban you for that, and you will
Poo Poo Brown.
you will leave a strong impression.
You should change your name to Higgins Poo Poo Brown.
So Danger Robinson expects me to get slightly excited about the new AP Aventurin dials.
I don't have any photos, by the way.
Okay, this says Grand Seiko over that Saxonia any day. Depends on the Grand Seiko. I wouldn't spit on the Saxonia thin. So yes, I am Jonathan Quayle Higgins. I love the dial. It's incredible live. Pictures don't do any justice at all. I totally agree.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. I still remember that blue Langer one. So damn beautiful.
Yeah.
So
I think
beautiful.
We have been the first ones who were raving about. I think that Collected Man auction. We showed the pictures at first and said that looks absolutely beautiful. And yeah, everybody went to. I remember when we were asking why are those people paying so much money when it's normally available in the collection. Well, now you have the reply here.
Wait, maybe I can find the photo again.
It was a Collected Man. It was an auction.
Yeah. Anyhow, let's continue with the topics, John.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So, what else? I think we had a little. We had the new IWC pilot chronographs. Shall we talk about this?
Yeah, we can do that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There I have it. So apparently, IWC made a discrete update to the pilot's chronograph. Same look, same oversized case, but update with new mechanics, more resistant, quick change straps. You know what? That's good. That's very good.
So previously, they had a Valju 7750 movement.
Yeah.
Used in those watches that kept the price relatively down.
Mm-hmm.
And now they say they upgraded it with a new in-house movement. And this is a topic I'm rubbing with many collectors since I'm here on YouTube, because I put out my doubts that is a true in-house movement. And I remember I had some discussions. I didn't have ammunition, but if you scroll down a little bit in the article,
wait. Look. It says here, manufacturer in parentheses Val Fleurier.
Yes.
Calibre 69-385.
So what does it tell you?
Yeah, so well, I mean, technically it's in-house since
okay,
Val
scroll
Fleurier,
down. Scroll down in the article.
Scroll down. Okay.
Scroll down. There is a here. Stop. Emblematic. Wait.
Based on the architecture of the Valjoux 7750 and produced by Val Fleurier.
Oh, now it gets interesting.
Robustness.
So, the author says, based on the architecture of the emblematic Valjoux 7750 and produced by Val Fleurier.
Yeah.
So now it's getting interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they stated that before, and also Watchbase states that. So the big question is, what does it mean? And the author replied to a viewer question and he said the calculation for the gears and everything was based on the old 7750. But I have my sources that it is still a 7750 movement, which is modified. So for our viewers to understand, the standard 7750 has a horizontal clutch and a cam lever mechanism. So this IWC movement has a column wheel mechanism and a vertical clutch. So many people say that that is significantly different, and that is a different movement. But then Mr. Higgins is doing some research, and I was reading that back in 2009, ETA modified, or Valjoux modified the 7750 for Longines. Longines ordered a movement or a modification of the 7750 with a column wheel and with a vertical clutch. And I wouldn't be surprised if this movement...
They asked for that same...
Yes, and maybe redesign some bridges and put their own escapement and so on.
IWC playing some dirty tricks.
So we are speculating here, guys. But if Monochrome quotes the 7750 architecture, I'm smelling something. And and I still don't buy it that IWC developed their totally own movement for those pilot watches. I sense that IWC does it different. But this is my personal opinion. This is just speculation. I have nothing to back it up. I just did some research and found that Longines, the Longines caliber is L688. And that was a column wheel vertical clutch chronograph. And I wouldn't be surprised if they have similar DNA.
Right. And that would definitely mean that it's not entirely in-house, right? Because...
Well,
since...
go ahead.
Because we could make the argument, is it in-house or not in-house? Since Val Fleurier is part of the same group as IWC, whatever they do, and if IWC uses it, it could be technically in-house.
Yes.
But if they themselves, they were taking the architecture of a movement that is not part of the Richemont group, I would argue it's not in-house anymore. It's just a modified movement.
If it's correct that they only took the calculations for the gear train and then made based that on their in-house movement.
Yeah, and then they made a movement around that. That would be fine, I guess.
Yeah, but the gear train and the calculations, particularly in a chronograph, is very important, I would say. So
yeah,
even,
but they wanted to keep the exact same, everything exactly the same, right?
Yeah.
So they kind of had to. They had to make it as close as possible. Don't you think?
I smell some seal.
It's fishy. It smells of fish.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. So I'm reading here in the chat, and I don't really follow it. So can somebody put us up to speed? I know that discussions was about Vlad, and now I'm reading RIP Vlad. Has anything happened to him? Do we know that? Or?
I think it was mentioned before that he passed away.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it either, but let's hope that.
That he says he
it's
passed
untrue.
away.
Yeah. instead of talking about dead people, shall we?
Yeah.
Shall we continue talking
Yes.
about watches?
Please, yes.
Uh,
I was a little bit unhappy with how last week's show went because I felt that that some of my explanations about the chronograph were not really spot on. And if you agree, I would like to come back to the main selling point of the chronograph and what makes it so special. So we
oh wait, I should find a video again, right?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a moment. I will come up with the video.
So yes, so we were talking about Grönefeld brothers, that they were working on with Renault Papi. They make fantastic watches, no doubt about that. And they came up with that new chronograph by Grönefeld brothers, and we were talking about the reset mechanism, which was really special. And I was a little bit out of words, and so that that was difficult.
Okay. Yeah. With the beautiful fish strap.
Yes.
Which is actually real fish leather.
Mm-hmm.
And we wanted to talk about the reset mechanism.
Yeah, 1 second, because Monochrome put it very good in their description of the movement. So Monochrome wrote that the movement has a speed regulator with gold weights for the gentle return to zero. And that, in my opinion, puts it really perfectly. So it is a speed regulator. You can see that spinning thingy that is rotating when you press 0. And the second hand and the minute counter are then reset in a very gentle kind of way. So what Grönefeld is doing there, can you pull the Monochrome article up with the pictures of?
Yeah. Give me 1 second.
Watch? Yeah, Watches 63 says it's still ugly. I wouldn't say it's ugly. It's a little bit odd. Design Atelier says it's awesomely unnecessary, and I agree with him. So it is a chronograph. The second of the time is at 9 o'clock, and the minute counter of the chronograph is at 6. Now we flip over and have a look at the movement. Yep. I think that is a good view. So I would like to explain a little bit how the reset function for the second hand and for the minute counter is working. So on a normal watch, you on the back of the second counter and the minute counter, you have a heart-shaped kind of disc, and we can see that heart-shaped disc here, where Swis is pointing right in the middle, right in the center. That is a heart-shaped disc, and a little bit below where 6 o'clock is, there is a smaller heart-shaped disc. And those two discs are responsible that the minute counter and the second counter are put back to 0. Because with that heart shape, what you can get is if you have a hammer or a kind of lever pressing on those, it will go to the lowest point of resistance, and that will reset them. So what Grönefeld did, instead of a traditional, conventional movement, where a steel hammer pushes on that steel heart, they had roller bearings. Can you highlight the roller bearings, Swis? Yes, those are the rollers. Yes. Yeah, here is the roller.
Right
there is a ruby roller and another one.
Discs.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that is very special. So instead of having a high friction with a steel part pushing on another steel part, they have ruby bearings, roller bearings. And that is their first measure to do that process very smoothly. But then the second technology to make it even more smoother is that regulator that you see on the front side of the dial that smoothens that entire process even more.
Yeah.
So they took very much care into making that very gentle. The question is if they found a solution for a problem that doesn't exist, or if it's really an improvement. I would say it's probably both, and they were just showing off what they're capable to do, what they're capable to construct. I'm not sure if the practical purpose is really out there. What do you think?
I would say it's pretty much an unexistent problem.
Mm-hmm. So I had a discussion with Russ over the week about this watch, and Russ asked the question: okay, so this watch is 155,000 euros. This or a double or a triple split Lange & Söhne?
I would take this by far.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Why
Like,
that?
double split is everywhere. Everyone knows the double split.
Mhm.
Everyone knows what it's like, what it looks like. Everybody talks about the double split.
Mhm.
This is far more interesting, in my opinion.
I'm shocked to hear that, because Russ and I we agreed that we would both go the way and take the double split or the triple split.
Yeah, well,
Because
you're both wrong. What can I say?
well, I know that you like the oddballs, but
Yeah, I would just change the.
Mhm.
I'm not sure about the fish strap, but.
Oh, we have another strap discussion. What is wrong with you?
But yeah, I mean,
The
can
movement
you
looks nice.
really make a bad decision when asking this question? This or a
Yes, in my
double
opinion, you
split?
can, because it is just too expensive for a standard chronograph that doesn't even have a flyback function.
Yeah, but
You're
who cares?
you're paying 150K for a chronograph that has less functions than any other chronograph in the same price range. Just
Yeah,
because
but your other chronograph is far more common than this one.
okay. Yeah, how many did they make? 25. So yes,
I think it's 25 in tantalum, and it was much more in the other one.
I think 125 in steel, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, 188 in steel.
Okay.
Yeah. To be honest, I am not sure myself, but I'm pretty sure I would go with the chronograph.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the reason why I'm going with a new co-host on the next show. Whole Milk says, Jonathan sounds like the people complaining about movements that don't have hacking seconds. What do you mean? Because this one doesn't have a flyback function and doesn't have a split second function, which is really a step forward, far more complicated than a normal chronograph. Not sure. Triple split is overkill. Well, this is overkill
Well, so is
in a
this
different
watch.
sense. Yes,
This watch is pretty much overkill, if you ask
that reset mechanism is also
Yeah.
overkill, I would say. Yes, and Mr. Copperblue says, how many watchmakers have done a double split or a triple split? And that's exactly the point. I totally agree with you, Mr. Copperblue. And you have a double split or a triple split together with a flyback, which this Dutch watch doesn't have. So my preference is clear. So Desanati says it's a flex of both ingenuity and purchasing power. Absolutely, yes. I agree.
Yeah.
It's a nice problem to have. Let's be honest. Do you know what this bent spring is for? You see the
This one?
Grönefeld. Yes.
I have no idea, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because
I wonder.
it doesn't move, right?
I
Does
don't
it
know
move?
if it's a zero reset mechanism. It just looks like those cheap springs in the 7750 movement. I know I'm exaggerating, but I don't find that visually pleasing, I must say.
I don't know. Maybe this thing moves with the clutch here, and
I would say it's a kind of brake somewhere.
you think so?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I think it looks good.
Okay. So now that we went back to the chronograph, you made a stupid stance about this being better than Lange. I think we should move on to another topic, which OC brought up with a comment, and I found that very interesting. Maybe you can pull up that comment again.
Which one? Where is it?
Do you OC's
remember?
Comments about Hermes, around 21 minutes it was.
Oh, 21 minutes?
Mm-hmm. So, Mr. Copperblue, as far as I know, Lange is the only one who did a triple split. I'm not sure about the double split, but I'm pretty sure triple split is absolutely exclusive to Lange. Should we explain what the double and triple split means?
I think everybody knows, to be honest.
Okay. Okay. So please type no if you don't know what double and triple split is. So we're gonna explain it. Otherwise, we move on to the next topic.
Yeah. So this was the comment you were talking about.
Yes.
Some brands are attempting to emulate the Hermes model of artificial scarcity. Awful experience.
Yes.
Cartier in New York City, they won't let you in without an appointment. Ouch.
So yes, OC's point, and I'm hearing this over and over, is that companies like Hermes, for example, and Hermes are supposedly being the first ones who have two very popular handbags. One is the Kelly, the second one is the Birkin. And everybody is trying to get those particular handbags, and nobody's really able to get them unless you spend a certain amount in an Hermes boutique. So OC is talking about artificial scarcity. So he means, or his theory or his claim out there is that Hermes is cutting short deliberately the numbers for Kelly and for Birkin, which is true. But I think it is not with a purpose to drive prices up. This is just an unknown or unwelcome side effect. What Hermes, in my opinion, does is they don't want to become the Kelly factory or the Kelly company or the Birkin company. And I remember Thierry Stern said it in an interview. He doesn't want to produce more Nautiluses because Patek Philippe is not the Nautilus company. Patek Philippe is based on so many different models, and he doesn't want to emphasize the Nautilus, which, in his opinion, is not real indicative for Patek Philippe. And I would say Hermes is doing the same. They say, okay, we welcome that our Kelly and Birkin are very popular, but we are not producing more. Because what happens if we are producing more? First of all, the hype for our brand is getting less. So our brand is not the talk of town. The collectors are not going crazy after those bags anymore. So that puts the value of our company down. But even worse, in my opinion, they are bad advised to put their destiny into bag designs which are 30 and 50 years old. In my opinion, companies that are in the luxury field must progress. They must move on. Just like Louis Vuitton is trying to do something else than their monogram line. And I think the companies are well advised not to copy the success from the past, but find new clients, new markets, new ideas. Because if you cater that high demand, you become a servant. And rich people in the luxury field don't want servants, they want visionaries.
Do you have an example of a brand who did that? Who basically became a servant, as you said?
Well, AP, we've been talking about AP being a one-trick
AP
pony.
is a good example, by the
Yes.
way. Yeah, very good example. And now AP is known as the Royal Oak Company.
Yes. And I'm very sure, AP tried to expand with that Jules Audemars that they just recently discontinued because it
Or
was
the
not a
Code
success.
1159
Incredible
now.
watches, by the way.
Yeah.
Incredible design, very beautiful watches. Before it was millinery, that oval thing.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
And now they're trying Code 1159, which is another attempt. So I understand what they're doing. They're trying to find a second leg, and they try to move on, and they try to inspire their luxury clientele who have one or two Royal Oaks already. Just like Hermes is trying to inspire people who probably have another Kelly. They would buy another 10 of the Kellys, but they try to inspire them to something else.
I have to show you this.
Is that from a design atelier?
Yes.
Okay. Design atelier, we've been missing you, really.
Yeah. Oh my god, doing triple split. That is awesome.
Who is that face?
I would say F. Pigeon.
F. Pigeon, okay.
Yeah, it looks like F. Pigeon.
Okay.
Doing the triple split on the ice. Iced out F. Pigeon.
I'm a big fan of this Porsche design 50 years chronograph, and they're in the same dilemma. They issued a 50-year-old watch design, and it was amazingly successful. They sold out that 500 pieces very quickly. And now what they're doing is they said, okay, we're gonna reissue this particular watch, but only 1,000 units per year. And they changed the dial a little bit. They changed the bracelet a little bit so that the people are not getting upset. Now it has a transparent case back. But I was asking myself, why are they saying we're limiting ourselves to 1,000 pieces per year? And in my opinion, it's exactly the same reason, just like we've been talking about. They want to go forward with new, innovative designs. I'm pretty sure they could sell half of their annual production with this 50-year-old chronograph design, but they decided not to do that. And I think they're well advised. Designer team made another marvel.
Trying the new market.
Yes. Oh, Aussie expert in the comments. How is moving going on, Aussie expert? Did you know he's moving to Texas now?
I'm not sure. It's been a while. I haven't talked with him.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show. Hey, by the way, Design Atelier made this modification in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yes.
Well done, man.
So Whole Milk put out Tudor is a Black Bay company, and in my opinion, he's not totally wrong. But Tudor had an even worse past, because they were basically the Rolex with a cheap movement. So, in my opinion, being now the Black Bay company is a step forward because it is not connected to a cheap Rolex anymore.
Yeah. And they are making some good efforts with, the new Ranger and
Oh, the new Ranger is still ugly, in my opinion.
yeah, it's still a bit meh. I don't know. I appreciated the Black Shield. I'm not sure why they discontinued it, to be honest. It was the big black one, black PVD chronograph. Looked a bit like a Daytona. So maybe that's why.
When I was taking a shower, and I have the best ideas when I'm having a shower, I thought Patek has the Calatrava. Vacheron has those traditional watches that you like. Is it traditionnel or is it classique, or what is the name of them? I think if AP would have boring dress watches with gold cases, that should be still something that many people buy.
Yeah, I agree. The thing is, AP, they had the most beautiful dress watches in the 80s and 90s.
Yes, those square ones, for example, amazing. But apparently somebody decided that was not the way to go. But in my opinion, if they look back on their dress watches, you will find some amazing designs that will be an instantaneous success. I'm not sure if AP would have the manpower to have this kind of line. Maybe the profit margins are not high enough in that field.
I mean, they are too occupied making Black Panther tourbillons and stuff like this,
Well, but if you were running AP, you'd rather sell those Black Panther big testicle tourbillons for 160 compared to a dress watch for 20, wouldn't you?
Oh, absolutely. And it's a successful company, AP. It's booming like crazy. So there is no question. They are doing something right.
Yeah. Mr. Copper Blue, a question: triple split is the most complicated watch or not? Not, in my opinion.
No, probably not.
Because we have many minute repeater astronomical watches that are far more complicated than that. It is very hard to do the triple split, no doubt about that. Very innovative, very unique. But I wouldn't say the most complicated, because the complication then move forward when you combine several complications. And the most difficult complication, in my opinion, is still the minute repeater and many astronomical functions. Would you agree?
Yeah, something like those.
Yes.
Just this, or this is famously Patek's supposedly most complicated watch. It's the Sky Moon Tourbillon. Or, even the Grandmaster chime, this one.
The problem with those watches is you have to have an iPad to understand what the watch is displaying.
But yes, this is infinitely more complicated than anything else you've ever seen.
And that from somebody who really appreciates Lange.
Yeah. Look at this. You can see here it has 6 different functions for the crown. This is basically the crown functions. Crazy. Yeah.
Okay.
I think
so
there was one last comment from last time we wanted to address.
Oh, yes.
It was about chronographs. Especially, we was asked if we know if we had if we knew any automatic chronographs with a vertical clutch that is 12 millimeters or less.
And 100-meter water resistant.
Yeah, and 100 meters water resistance, because we were talking about the Daytona.
Yes.
It was I don't remember who it was, but we were talking about the Daytona, the Pikachu, as he was
Yeah.
calling it. And we were a bit taken, by surprise. But someone mentioned, I think it was OC, who directly mentioned the Patek Philippe Aquanaut chronograph.
Yeah.
And you can see here that it has a height of 11.9 millimeters. And it is water resistant to 120 meters. So this is one good example.
So at the danger that I'm shitting now on Patek, I have a problem with those discussions when I'm listening to other watch shows. It is water resistant 120, water resistant 30 meters. I wouldn't accept that. I can tell you out of my own experience, go lockdown pushers or go home. So in my opinion, it's not really relevant if that watch is rated 120 meters. If you don't have lockdown pushers, you shouldn't use them heavily in water. Doesn't matter if it's 30, 120, 300. Lockdown pushers are king. Just like a lockdown crown is very important, because it doesn't help you when it's rated from the factory to 120 meters, but when it's getting dirty and used after a year, it can't withstand the water anymore. So that is why I'm putting emphasis on lockdown crowns and lockdown pushers when we're talking about chronographs.
Yes. This one is a bit more 12.2.
Yeah, there is also a Blancpain, that beautiful small Blancpain chronograph, which is quite slim, but that is only rated to 60 meters, has pump pushers as well. So I didn't mention that. Vertical clutch, slim automatic movement is the Frédéric Piguet 1185. You will find that there. So that is an alternative to Rolex and Patek. FP, it's called FP, like Frédéric Piguet.
There we go, 1185. Apparently a Chopard was using that.
Yeah, you can also find old Blancpain sports models that feature that chronograph movement, even with lockdown crowns. I forgot the line, how it's called. Let me check. Chrono for 24. I remember that they had a perpetual calendar chronograph, which is
interesting. Frédéric Piguet, caliber 11. Wait, that was my thingy.
Here, Blancpain Le Mans, perpetual calendar.
Oh, and Audemars Piguet used it in the Royal Oak chronograph.
Yes, that was another thought that I had, that probably that little 38 millimeter chronograph maybe also relatively
Vacheron
slim.
and Breguet also used it. Interesting.
So here, have a look at the Le Mans
Yeah.
chronograph.
Oh yeah, I know that watch. Oh, that one is expensive, like 18,000.
Yeah, but so some.
Oh yeah,
some months
okay.
ago.
Perpetual chrono. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but I think you can still get it cheaper. So let me check.
That's a lot of watch. Yeah, that's a lot of watch if you can get it cheap.
Yeah, perpetual calendar chronograph, automatic, water resistant.
You know, it's like those what's it called? The Da Vinci perpetual chrono.
Yeah.
Like in gold or even platinum for like 12. Crazy value. Crazy value.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, it's based on a 7750 chronograph, but the Da Vinci was a game changer for IWC, because before IWC was Porsche design and nothing else, and they entered the high end field with the Da Vinci, which was half the price of another perpetual calendar by AP or Patek, and nobody else had a perpetual calendar back then. So it was half price, and it had that fancy year display that nobody really had. Do you know that little century piece that they had sealed with the Da Vinci?
Yes.
That was a nice touch.
Yeah.
Maybe 1 second.
Oh, even the caliber in my Planet Ocean is a variant of that one, but it's much more thick, much thicker. And as Alex the watchmaker says, it's terrible because it makes a terrible noise. The rotor makes a terrible noise.
Yeah, but nonetheless, it was a nice alternative to for many watch collectors.
Yeah. Wait, we have a shameless plug by Design Atelier. Let me bring this up.
Yes, please.
Oh, is it a I or an L? Oh, I'm gonna say I. Oh, it was a L. F me. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that.
Oh my God. What is that?
I wonder who commissioned this piece. Very impressive. I don't know why, but this watch always makes me think of Nicolas Cage. I really think this is a perfect watch for Nicolas Cage.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he had the other one, the leopard. The leopard
I don't know.
Daytona.
I wasn't following.
You're not the biggest Nicolas Cage fan?
No, not really. Not really. Since he started to have hair plugs, I was not his fan anymore. Those were so obvious; it was horrible. That was not even funny. What do you think? So we were talking about the IWC Da Vinci and that little glass thingy that contained. You see here that
A
little
little
red
capsule.
sealed
Yeah.
capsule, yes, and that contained the. You see here, 2010 it says. So it is 20 and then 2 segments that indicate 10. The problem is this goes only until 21. So 21.99, the watch will stop, and you have then some gas in the tank in that little thing,
Yeah.
which then helps you with 22, 23, and 24. So the perpetual calendar on this watch is good until 24.99.
That is a beautiful watch. A bit outdated, but
Yeah.
damn, it's beautiful nonetheless.
So I don't understand designer T. Yes, someone commissioned me to make that. Yes, I understand that. Going up to 36,000 strokes on that piece, I don't understand that.
For the drawing, basically, he had to draw it.
Ah, okay. So it was 36,000 strokes to create that.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's what he means.
Okay.
And he did a bunch of those.
Okay. Brush strokes, he says. Okay. Got it.
Yeah. Beautiful work, Design Atelier.
Yes, absolutely. And is it only a unique thing, or are you running a small series? He said someone commissioned, so probably it's a piece unique.
I think, yeah. So, every art piece will be a unique art piece, and but I'm pretty sure if you get in contact with him, he can make you a special double split art piece.
So I posted the link in the comments just in case that someone has a question or wants to join us. We are now 1 hour 10 minutes on the show. Do we have any topics left that we had urgently
not really,
to cover?
no. Nope. beautiful.
Yeah,
No,
the
we don't have
engraving is
any topics
groundbreaking.
left.
Mhm.
I think the show is slowly coming to an end.
Yes.
We had a bit more viewers today than usual. I hope
Yes, then.
everybody enjoyed our little show. Welcome to everyone if it was your first time with us. And we're just going to wait one more minute if someone wants to hop on. And if not, we will wrap it up. Any last thoughts, Jonathan?
There is a question by Shamba Basher. Thoughts on the Bonhams? I think it's Bonham's Hulk auction. Not sure what he means. I don't know about it, so I can't tell
Let
you.
me find it.
Is there Hulk collection raws into?
There's another Hulk sell for $100,000.
I don't think so at the moment.
Bonhams.
So the
Oh,
Rolex Submariner Hulk collection selling 12 to
look at
22nd
that.
August.
There's a bunch of Hulks.
Okay. That's
29,
interesting.
29, 29, 29.
Do-
They're all priced at $29,000.
Do you think this is a smart thing to do, or is it just a desperate thing of someone who was hoarding Hulks like
Yeah,
crazy?
I think this is it. Yeah, and he's basically shitting himself
Yeah,
because
but is there a better way to devaluate your own collection or specific?
he doesn't care.
one?
He's selling it.
He's desperate.
He's just selling everything.
Okay. Yeah, so my advice, don't bid for the first one, don't bid for the last one, bid for one in the middle and hope to score it cheap when it's getting cheap. So apparently some people really overpurchased Hulks. We have been talking about that on a previous show. The problem also with the Hulk is no true enthusiast is paying $30,000 just because he loves the Hulk so much and wants to wear it, and he pays $30,000 because he can't get it anymore. That is just not how it works. It may be unique cases, but that is not how it works. So people who are paying or who have been willing to pay 30,000 are were doing that in the hope that next month it will be 35 and in 2 months it will be 40. And that is speculation. Those are flippers, and those people are in the hobby for the wrong reason. And I have little empathy with those people. With those people who bought it for the wrong reason. And the result now is some people really went crazy, were banking on big profits, and now have to let them go, which is sad to everybody.
Yeah. Each one of them is from a different year. It goes from 2010 to 2020. Interesting.
So starting bid is at they're starting
29.
at 30,000.
Yeah.
But if there is no bid, I'm pretty sure the auctioneer is then going lower.
Can you imagine?
Because-
none of them none
Because
of them sells.
because
look,
my gut feeling is
someone just bid on that one.
my gut feeling is that 30,000 for a Hulk is still
It's
too
stupid.
much.
Yeah, it's way too
ridiculous,
much,
isn't it? Yeah.
I mean, I think they are now on Chrono 24 for 25 or even less.
And I would guess that it's tough to sell them even at that rate.
And this is probably without the commission fee.
Exactly, yes. I think Bonham
which is
will
probably
then
like
add
20% or
20, 25, and then taxes. So yeah.
Terrible.
So Shamba Basher said they're not all priced the same. So probably some years are cheaper than others.
Look, 2020, 2019, 2018, 2017.
Are they all mint or?
Probably. Probably someone had one for each year because there is one for each year from 2010 to 2020. And
So we have the original OC. We were discussing your contributions at length here in the on the show. I hope that you've seen it. OC says F the Hulk market price is now under 20K, and
yeah, I agree.
just like I said, no sane person pays 30,000 and
Yeah.
fees and taxes. Yes.
Well, apparently someone is willing. There is a bid on that one.
Bids can be retracted, or people can say I can't pay.
Yeah, true.
So yeah.
But can you imagine if like none of them sell? Like the such a big L for the guy.
Yeah. But isn't there an English word just like a sucker is born every day or something like that? So you never know what happens. But
yeah, you just have to find someone more stupid than you.
Yes. Yeah, but in my opinion, it's a bad thing to list 10 each, particularly in a climate like that. So 3-4 months ago, when the hype was still going on, that would have been something spectacular. But now it's only desperate. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, it is totally desperate. As I said, it's someone who just he is shitting his pants, and he just wants to hard sell everything.
Yes, apparently those auctions are prepared long time before the true auction starts. So probably they've been discussing that when the hype was still on.
Yeah.
It's doing no good to the Hulk, this kind of auction, I would guess.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so I think we've been running low, and yes, I think we should run the trailer.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll post the link again for the after show.
Sure.
And
I would like to say thanks to everyone who was listening. We hope you loved our show, and we hope we will see you next time.
Please upvote if you like the show.
Yes. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day or a good evening, and see you next week. Bye-bye.